the Church of God over the last 30 plus years has become so siloed in different organizations, because we as a people, I think, have continually self-selected into groups of people who think more and more like us over time, that I think exposure to different viewpoints is not as common. And I think Dan and I were talking about this recently, that I think it's actually feared.
Yeah, well, I think there's good reason to fear in one sense because of the way the church broke up. And a lot of people, especially younger people, might not understand how when Tkach took over, when he was appointed and took over, the way that they deconstructed the truth was deceptive. Like they just lied. They lied all the time about what they were going to teach, about what they were teaching, how they taught it. Like it was nonstop deception. So when you have a group, it's different if you were like, let's say Joe Tkach took over and was like, you know what, we're going to go keep Christmas and be out in the world. We've decided that, Mr. Armstrong was wrong and we're just breaking off and doing this. But they didn't do that. They lied for I don't know what, like 10, 5, 7, 8 years, 10 years. I mean, you can just do however you want to catalog the deception. I mean, they went on a crusade of deception. And when you have people that are mired in a previously trustworthy environment, they're in a cocoon of safety. They have a leader who's on track. There's fruit being produced, which we often don't talk about that. And that's a lot of the reason why you have the infighting and the bickering. Number one, it's from the way things broke apart. So because it broke apart in such a deceptive environment, people get confused and they don't trust people that are in charge. And so you have these silos that develop where people are afraid kind of to reach out because of the amount of wolves that are out there. And it's very legitimate. I mean, I think it's important when you bring it up to acknowledge that it's legitimate, because I think there are a lot of folks who do want more cross-group fellowship and community and unity, who I think might not give that issue the important place it deserves in the conversation, because I think that's important. I think it's also important to recognize the trauma that breakup presented to people and put people through, not only the membership, but the leadership as well. What I've sensed over the last couple of years is that the leadership is so traumatized by it. Like there's just so much, man, we just got to make sure we don't have another split, because it's such an impactful thing in people's lives. I mean, it's not just like a company dissolving. It's like people's, the core of their being and the entirety of their familial and social environment, plus their core beliefs. Like there are a lot of things disentangled in that.
It's very
so I think it's important. What was that?
It's very much like a divorce.
Yeah. It's a divorce.